Hello again, this is Ray with Ray's Real Reviews. Today we're looking at camera stabilizers. If you're an amateur photographer, you probably never seen one of these before. What it is it allows you to keep your camera steady when you're doing video. It's primarily for video. You probably notice that when you're doing it handheld, it's shaky. And it gets worse when you start to walk or run. And it's a big problem. Sometimes it's so bad you can't use the footage, you have to delete it. So what filmmakers came up with many years ago is a way to balance the camera so that it's suspended independently from your hand that has the shake. And the theory that it works on is this. There's a counterweight at the bottom, and the counterweight is supposed to equal or be a little more than the weight of the camera on top. So when you hold that handle that's independent of the whole rig, the counterweight is supposed to balance it in such a way that it's perfectly level, so that even if your hand is moving, it doesn't affect the movement of the camera. I will show you how you balance whatever camera you use, because every camera has to be balanced slightly different based on its weight. So here's how it works. You're going to notice there's a track right here, and the point of the track is, let's say you hold the handle and you notice your camera is pointing down to the ground. If you slide it back, the further you slide it back, the more vertical it gets. If you slide it too far back, it'll be pointing up. So what you need to do is adjust this knob, loosen it, and move forward and back until you finally get that perfect level spot. Sometimes you may actually want it to point a little down depending on what you're videoing. So once you have this level forward and back, there's two more adjustments to make. The next adjustment is the weight, the side-to-side play of the weight. Pretty much once you put your camera on, it's going to be leaning in one direction. In this case, the camera's hanging over to the right, so it's going to be hanging this way. Sometimes, based on your camera, the way it's designed, it'll be leaning this way. So what you do, let's say it's leaning in this direction. You're going to slide the counterweight, you're going to move it the opposite direction until the camera's level. Let's say the camera was leaning this direction. You just do the opposite. You move the counterweight as far as you need until it's horizontal, and then you tighten your nut right here. Even after you have it balanced fore and aft and right and left, there's still one more important balance to make: the counterweight. Sometimes if it's too heavy, you're going to notice that when you're walking, when you finally stop, the camera's going to do this. You don't want that. That's no good. Or if you go right and left, the camera's going to sway. Even once you have everything balanced, there's still an art to using a stabilizer. You still want to be using smooth movements. You don't want to make any abrupt changes, especially when you're turning to make pans. This particular camera, I put my finger right on this ball cup right here, and I'll do my turns like that. So even with a stabilizer, there's an art to it, but the whole point is it's going to allow you to keep that footage that you normally would have thrown away because it's too shaky. And it doesn't matter really which company you buy one from. This particular one is from a company called Hague, and the model is the Mini Motion Cam. This model comes from England actually, and it works great. But no matter which one you use, they all follow the same principle. There's a counterweight at the bottom, there's an adjustment on the top, fore and aft, there's a handle that is independent of the whole unit. So whatever system you get, just make sure you adjust it and learn exactly how to use it for your particular camera. And if you see something off, you want to be able to know exactly what to do to make it right, to get your shots exactly how you need. And without a stabilizer, there's a lot of video that you just won't be able to do. And fortunately, they don't cost a whole lot. I think this one costs, I don't remember. I'll put the price up and a link to it on the video. But thanks for watching Ray's Real Reviews on camera stabilizers. If you have any questions, please leave them below. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe or click the like button. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.